fighting. I'm going to start bidding on some of these big boxing matches. I'm working with a lot of different, pretty much every guy who you've ever heard of in the fight business I have talked to, or the guy who's running Fight Pass has talked to, and it's been very positive. Everybody wants to be a part of this. Everybody wants to work together, and if it's done right, there's enough money for everybody. Everybody's going to make money. You know, it's like I was talking yesterday to the guys about, you know, you got Ruiz, you got Fury, you got Anthony, you got Joshua, and Deontay Wilder. You got 4 guys that are really fun right now, exciting, and that you would love to see fight. Now, if these guys all start fighting each other, that thing could play out for over 2 years. And they're big fights, they're massive fights that not only the UK would care about, but the United States would care about, and people in Canada and Australia and around the world. These fights are fucking huge. And they need to be done right now while these guys are in their prime, you know? And I don't know. We'll see if I can pull this shit together and make these kind of things happen. But that's my goal.
How's your reception been into the boxing world?
Amazing. Yeah, it's been amazing.
They've had open arms?
Way more receptive than I thought they would be, which is cool.
What's the trick to breaking those boundaries, those barriers, and to make those fights happen?
I don't know. I don't know yet because I haven't really dove in yet. You know, I've just talked. We've had talks, and the talks have been phenomenal. So we'll see.
Dana, when you first came up with the idea of Zuffa boxing, it was more around Mayweather-McGregor at the time. Do you think now is even better timing because those fights are there to be made and they're not being made?
Well, the timing right now is the best it's been in a long time for the heavyweight division. Heavyweight division's fun, and according to Kevin Iole, there's a lot more heavyweights than that. And if that's true, that's very interesting. So,
what do you do about all the belts? Like, you know,
great question. I don't know the answer to that either yet.
Could you?
I don't know.
But
listen, if you, I don't care if you're one of the promoters or one of the fighters or sanctioning body. When you put on the right fights and you do things the right way, everybody's going to make money. Everybody's going to make money. The fighters are going to make money. The sanctioning bodies are going to make money. The promoters are going to make money. There's enough money out there for everybody. You know, the boxing has just been so fucking greedy and, you know, held it all here. And if I got the guy who's the heavyweight champion, or if I've got the guy who's, you know, in the popular division, whoever the popular guy is, I'm going to handpick these fights and fight these guys, and then they never fight the guys that you want to see them fight, and it defeats the purpose. It just doesn't make sense. I mean, all 4 of these guys should be fighting each other right now.
I mean, part of the culture that you're fighting with that is to get people to understand that it's okay to take a loss, right?
Yeah.
That a loss doesn't cripple the guys to start.
Listen, with these 4 heavyweights, you have them all start doing round robins, right? The 2 winners end up fighting each other, the 2 losers fight each other again, and when you put on a fight, you don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. The fight has to play out so you know what happens. And I'll give you an example. Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder, fight was fucking awesome. Immediate rematch. That should have been a fucking immediate rematch. That fight should have happened already, you know? Or should be coming up. They shouldn't have fought anybody else till they fought each other, unless Joshua came out and said, I want to fight you or you. And let's say Joshua came out and said, I want Tyson Fury, right? Those 2 fought to a draw. He could fight Fury and then fight Wilder next. Or if Fury wins, then he fights Wilder again in the rematch. You know? I know it's easy to say that with me sitting up here not being involved in it at all, but at the end of the day, that should be everybody's goal, is to make that happen. That thing would play out over a couple of years and would be fucking massive. And everybody would watch it and everybody would go to it.
If you were to end up to fix that problem with boxing, it sounds like it's a complicated problem that would require time. How much would it pull away from what you do at the UFC?
I got a plan for that. So hopefully, if everything goes the way that I'm planning right now, I will unveil this whole boxing side this fall to you guys.
Sure.
So when do you think you would do the first event?
What's that?
When do you think you'll do the first event for boxing?
That I don't know. And I don't even know what my involvement in the first event would be. Would it be, we're HBO and we're paying for the rights for the fight? Are we promoting. I don't know. I don't know that yet. I'm still working on all that stuff.
Do you think the issue with boxing is just the greed of the promoters? They saw the success of Mayweather, Pacquiao. You can stretch the public on for so long, and that's really the biggest issue. Is that people have seen you can fool the public enough to get more money when they should just take what's on the.
Yeah, but I think that's all ending. I don't think that, you know, if you look at the way that it was in the 80s and the 90s and even early 2000s, you had two guys that were doing that. You had Floyd and Manny, De La Hoya, and maybe a couple other guys. But boxing as a whole, you're talking about tons of fighters that didn't make money and weren't in big fights. And, you know, I just think that the sport could be so much more. I mean, if you look at what we've built over the last 20 years in our events and how many events we're doing 42 events a year, right? And every time you go to one of our events, they're either sold out, and this year we're going to break the record for ticket sales ever in UFC history. More tickets being sold this year than ever in the history of the company. And, you know, we continue to put on these fights. People come and see them. You know, they're on live TV free. They're on ESPN, which everybody has, right? And we're still doing $1 million gates on these things without huge, without the, the Mayweathers and the, those type of fights. You can build a business with boxing. Build a real business. You just gotta fucking break it and rebuild it. You know what I mean? Because the model is fucking broken.